I mean, we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, and likeness. All right, we didn't buy one player.
You coach with people like Bobby Bowden and learn how to do things. You coach with other people and learn how not to do things. There's a reason people don't go, I ain't went back and worked for him. When he doesn't get his way or things don't go his way, the narcissist in him doesn't allow those things to happen. Some people think they're God. Go dig into how God did his deal. You may find out about a guy that a lot of things you don't want to know. I don't cheat and I don't lie. So I learned that when I was a kid. If you did, the old man slapped you side of the head. Maybe somebody should have slapped him.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Edo Speaks back again with another video. And in this video topic, I want to be talking about the Nick Saban media fire that he has started recently after the comments that he made about Texas A&M, quote-unquote, assembling and buying every player that they got in a recruiting class. And I just wanted to give my personal thoughts on the matter. So clearly, if you've seen the video, you heard the comments from Nick Saban and what he made, calling out Jimbo Fisher, and he was also calling out the coach from Jacksonville on primetime. So I just wanted to be honest, I wanted to call Nick Saban a hypocrite, to be honest. What he said was out of line, out of pocket. Are they recruiting players that buy them? Who knows? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But don't act like you're doing legal practices and getting players the conventional right way. I've heard rumors about some of the practices that Nick Saban uses to get certain players to come to his school, and now with the NCAA restrictions and how they do things, is making it harder for him to acquire all the top recruits, 5-star, 4-star recruits, athletes to his school. So now he's starting to feel the pressure as regards to them, and he's telling all boosters that he needs more money in order to acquire some of these players and entice them to come to the school. So I think that was cowardly and hypocritical on his part to do that, because it's a competition, and if you continually monopolizing the whole NCAA football region by acquiring all the top recruits, then of course you're going to be winning. And that's exactly what Jimbo Fisher said, because this guy almost for the past decade has been dominating in recruits. He came in second. Recruited. He lost to Texas A&M. In terms of recruiting, he came in second. He made it seem like he's in fourth or fifth in terms of recruiting athletes. He came in second. But again, he's starting to feel the pressure of recruiting classes and trying to win a championship, because he's being paid the big bucks to perform at a high level and win BCS championship. He's being pressured to win college football playoff championships. And I understand that, but again, don't throw stones and don't cast stones and then hide your hand, because that's very hypocritical on your part. We already heard rumors that Nick Saban likes to go to juniors, seniors in high school and try to recruit them long term and, sweeten the pot, do things for them on the side, quote unquote. And, allegedly he does those things. So let me put that out there. Allegedly he does those things, because we heard about how Tua Tagovailoa, he moved his whole family from Hawaii, moved to Alabama just so he could come play. I wonder how they pull those strings off. So again, him calling out Dion and Jimbo Fisher and how the practices that they're running, how they get players, it was just hypocritical on his part. It was cowardly. You could just see that he was nervous. And then the worst part about it is, after the media storm happened and he tried to damage control the situation, he made a public apology, and then he offered to talk about this publicly, but behind closed doors he's trying to call Deion Sanders and Jimbo Fisher and trying to rectify the situation. No, ain't no rectifying the situation. You did what you did, you said what you said, and now it's out in the open. Now, did he thought he was going to be publicly recorded? Probably not. But when you're on a public forum like that, of course, there's a chance of you getting recorded. And on top of that, what they did was legal. And you're talking with two people on the stage, who are boosters, and then there's a whole bunch of media people in the crowd. So obviously we're in the social media age. Everything's being recorded. Everything's being taped. So there's not a lot you could get away with being said in terms of media. The thing I'm doing right now is being recorded, and once I upload it to social media, internet, YouTube, etc., it's up there forever. Even if I try to take it down, somebody could probably try to retrieve it somehow. So I just thought that was a little hypocritical on his part to do that. And then when he tried to rectify the situation, they didn't even want to talk to him, because it's just saying, like, why even, like, you brought us into this mess. College football is like 2, 3, 4 months away right now, and this media fight that you started getting us involved into this BS was for no reason, and now you're trying to rectify the situation. You're trying to apologize. You're trying to cop pleas. You're trying to throw the white flag. No. Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban play each other in the college football season, so that's gonna be an exciting matchup to see. Which with Alabama versus Texas A&M, that's gonna be a nice rivalry. But again, that was hypocritical and unfair. Jimbo Fisher already said what he had to say, calling out some of the sleazy practices that Nick Saban uses to try to recruit players. And I wanna give kudos to Deion Sanders, because the way he handled it was professional class, and I love the way he he disregarded it, because he said that Nick Saban tried to call him and he didn't reply, because everything that you said out in the open, you could have called me and said behind closed doors. You didn't do that, so there's no reason for you to be calling me. And the same thing with Jimbo Fisher. He tried calling Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher didn't answer. Jimbo Fisher said he's done with him. Apparently there's some bad blood between him, and I guess those comments that Nick Saban made basically made it spoil over. So now it's going to make the situation even more worse than it is. But again, I wanted to quote it word for word, because I don't want to misconstrue anything. But from ESPN.com, on the college football section, from an ESPN staff from yesterday, it said that Alabama coach Nick Saban set the college football world ablaze Wednesday night when he told the gathering of the business leaders in the state of Texas A&M assembled the top-ranked recruiting class in the country because of it quote-unquote, bought to every player with name, image, and likeness deals. I wonder what those deals were. Then after that, decrying the influence of money in recruiting, Nick Saban said NIL was being used unfairly. At Alabama, he said, of its number 2 ranked class, we didn't buy one player, all right? So then they continued. Then the Aggies coach Jimbo Fisher quickly assembled a news conference on Thursday morning in order to respond, and gasoline was poured on the fire. Fisher didn't hold back, calling Nick Saban a narcissist, saying of him, some people think they're God. Saban's offensive coordinator at LSU from 2000 to 2004, Fisher practically laughed off his former boss' assertion that there are always been parity in college football, which is true. I wanted to take a minute. There's never been parity in college football. All these athletes have a choice on what school they want to go to. If they're good enough to go to the top league school like Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, then they're going to do that. They don't give a damn about parity. They want to go to the best school, play for the best team, potentially win a championship and get drafted. That's how that works. So let me go back to the story. And NIL threatens to undermine that. Exactly. This is all got to do with money with Nick Saban. It's not about no parity. It's not about fairness. It's about none of that. It's about money. He needs more money. He needs more stringent ways to maneuver around the NIL so that way he could acquire top talents and compete for more championships, make more money, etc. Because by the end of the day, if there's parity in the league, it's going to make it harder for him to win championship. And that's why I call BS and call him a hypocrite as regards to that, because what he said that was uncalled for and out of pocket. Jimbo Fisher, quote, said, "He's the greatest ever, huh? where you got all that advantages. It's easy. If coaches were talking about Nick Saban comments before they were once Fisher's Fury news conference was over, an SEC assistant said that his phone was blowing up afterwards. On the road recruiting, it was all high school coach he was with at the time he wanted to talk about. The comment struck a nerve, not just because of what he said and who said it, but because of the subject matter involved. In 2022, signing class was the first to have the NIL as part of the recruitment process, whether directly or indirectly, and many coaches are worried about the impact of having. Over and over again, they describe the lack of rules as creating an environment akin to a Wild Wild West. So again, this is I'm gonna stop here, but this is all about the money. All about the money, all about maneuvering around the NIA, acquiring talent so that way they could continue their stronghold in the recruiting class, so that way they could maintain their talent and be a pipeline for students all over the states to come to their school and compete, because he could always promise them to at least get them to a championship. He can't promise to get drafted, but at least he could promise them to get to a championship and potentially win. And this right here throws a monkey wrench into that. And with parity in the league, that means more opportunities for other football teams to win championships, and that's gonna throw a ding in his plans to continue trying to win championships. But those are my thoughts and opinions on the matter. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Do you think Nick Saban is a hypocrite? Do you think what he said was in pocket, out of pocket? Comment in the section down below. This is Edo Speaks Out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.